What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Chaos Pro and Skinny Lad Chris, and we are your Marvel Rivals podcast hosts, the #1 Marvel Rivals podcast. So, today we've got a couple fun new things to talk about. Sorry about a little on the late podcast, but Chris and I have been very, very, very busy. I seemingly my room's a mess right now. I stumbled across a great deal, so my time for the podcast kind of got put to a halt. I apologize. But Chris, how have you been, man?
I've been great.
Yeah. What have you been?
I don't know.
What have you been up to?
Oh, I've been going to the gym way more often.
Yeah.
I go every day still, but I just like up to everything I'm doing, and now I'm just hurting. I'm just hurting all the time.
Getting
But it's like
yoked.
good. But it's like
Good.
good though.
That's good. I go about 2 to 4 times a week, and I go to I go to like a specialty gym myself. It's like a
Mm.
private gym, so
That's like usually pretty good.
yeah, it's a private gym, so it's
Have you ever
like,
been to a rock climbing gym?
yeah, I don't like it.
I like it.
I used to do a lot of parkour, and sadly, rock climbing's not for me. My hands, I don't like the throbbing in the hands, but
Really,
yeah.
I love it because I'm like super flexible, and I love like the things where you just like climb. I love like hiking and stuff.
Okay. Well, Chris, we've got a fun little episode for today. We've got new skins. We're gonna talk a little about the esports, and you and I are gonna be doing another fun meta. I would say like our predictions, or not our predictions, but our
Just our
current.
thoughts on what's gonna be good or what's not so good. But
Yeah, just
what we
current.
feel.
Now that there has been a lot of changes to the game, we've kind of had a week to kind of, indulge into what's, occurring. Triple support has been nerfed. A lot of new heroes are being played. I've noticed a lot of things are rising up. A lot of things are rising down. And we want to give you guys our tier list based on what we think is kind of good right now. This is not an official tier list. This is just kind of for fun. And me and Chris like to have these type of topics. So with that being said, if you guys can, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to Chris. We basically try to do this every week, as we've been pretty consistent for the most part. And yeah, so with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the first topic, the brand new skins. Chris, did you see them?
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, I think in my opinion, the magic skin. I think it beats the sound effects from the Sue Storm skin. I think they're so much better.
Yeah, I agree on the sounds. I think her intro, or her like winning intro,
Oh, it's so sick.
it's one of the best intros in this entire game, in my opinion. I don't use magic. I don't know how to use magic. I can't use magic. I refuse to try the character because my brain is just like, I have Lord on Black Panther, but I can't play magic. I'm just gonna put that out there. I can't do it.
That is crazy.
Speaking of lords, your boy's got 9 lords now. Got Groot Lord.
9 lords is just not.
I've got Cap, Groot,
That's
Doctor
evil.
Strange, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Star-Lord, Iron Man, Moon Knight, and Iron Man? I don't know if I said that already, but yeah. I've got a lot. Oh, and Punisher. So, yes.
Yeah, you got it done.
Now I'm working on Invisible Woman. But yeah, the new skins are super fire. Dude, they gave the Hulk a mohawk.
The Hulk one, to me, he looks so goofy.
When he goes into his like super big mode, like
He looks
monster
insane in that mode.
His hair goes down his
huge.
spine, dude.
He looks huge in that mode.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, there are new skins. Go check them out, and if you like them, look at that mohawk. If you guys like them, make sure to go purchase them. They are super, super sick. I bought both of them, so when I do decide to actually try to want to learn, magic, I'm gonna be all over it.
That's definitely my favorite magic skin I think they've made so far.
A lot of people really like it, man. She's got the punk vibes.
It's
So
so good. I just love the sound effects.
it's pretty good. Okay, so the next topic is actually we're gonna talk about this for a little bit because I'm very excited about this one.
Hmm.
We're gonna be talking about esports, and pretty much the first big official esport team got announced today, like as in like I would say like a tier 1
Hmm.
esport group kind of scooted their way in and secured some players. Now we're going to talk about this because this is my team. This is your I've been faithful, okay? I've been a fan of them since day 1 of meeting them. So, NTMR is now officially Sentinels.
That's so crazy.
That is like insane. I just want to put this out there. Hogs, I'm pretty sure lives on a farm. I'm pretty sure he lives on a farm. He's a farm boy turned pro, dude. That's insane. But yeah, dude,
Yeah,
you got
that is so
Krova,
sick for them.
Rymazing. I think they just picked up Kaluge. They've
Yeah.
got Super Gomez. They got Oramori. And yeah, I think I said Krova already. Dude, they got a whole roster now. The Hogs, Hogs plays the thing now. He loves it. He hit ranked 1 with it. Dude, that guy is probably living like one of the best weeks of his life right now. Hit ranked 1 with the thing on release, and then followed up with the next week being they're on Sentinels. I don't know what the story is or how it happened, but the big deal about this is, and the reason why I wanted to have it on the podcast today is because this is a big deal because this is a major level esport group getting involved with Marvel Rivals. This is a big step forward for a competitive aspect of this game.
Yeah, and I saw it's not even just only Sentinels. There's also Luminosity as well, and there's a few other big names. Some of the players I didn't like recognize necessarily.
Yeah, actually,
Like,
let me take that back real quick. Let me sorry to cut you off here.
mhm.
They aren't the first team, like necessarily, like because I know Luminosity was involved,
Yeah.
but Sentinels is like they have winning teams on so many games, and the fact
Yeah,
that
and they also
scored,
have like Sentinels is also like it's like a popular org. Like
yeah,
it's like a pretty famous org. Like if you it's like tens and stuff. Like a lot of the people from their org you probably just heard of even if you haven't
right.
watched the game they play in.
Luminosity has been around for a very long time. I
That's like a
believe
super OG org.
Shroud was on Luminosity, wasn't he?
I think
And
so.
so
There's
was
been
Ninja.
almost
Ninja
yeah,
was
there's
also on it.
so many people have been on Luminosity.
Yeah, Luminosity is a big deal, and don't get me wrong, like they have I think some pretty big wins under their belts. But the point that we're getting to is that like Sentinels has had one of the top Halo teams. They've had some of the top like Fortnite teams and players. They've had Counter-Strike. They've had so many teams across so many games. It's the fact is that they picked up NTMR. They went out of their way and said, "We want you guys." This is a big deal because now, like, they're putting people on the map. Like, esports seemingly looks like they're going to be getting involved with Rivals, and I'm really excited for this because genuinely, I love esports. I love video games. I mean, I used to own a LAN center myself because I love the competitive atmosphere of video games. So I'm really happy that
Mhm.
the esports scene's really trying to get involved with Rivals in general. I'm just really happy. And congratulations to them, man. They really worked hard and deserve a good org. So I think that's a
Yeah, they've
perfect
been playing since literally the beginning, like the
and
alpha.
winning. They're the most
Yeah.
winning consistent team. So, but yeah, they picked up a brand new player, Kaluge. You've heard of Kaluge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, super good
I mostly just know
Strange.
him from Overwatch. That's what I know him from.
Super good Strange and Mag, I believe. But yeah, man, great pick on that, and I can't wait to see what that's gonna happen. You know what I do want? I do want to see,
Mhm.
and this one will be hard because it's a Marvel IP. But I want to see some esport skins on Marvel Heroes. That would be sweet. I
I'm
would.
not gonna lie, that if they just take like the Overwatch League version of like how they have skins or like contenders, like that kind of stuff,
Right.
but they just shift it to rivals, that would be so it would be so good.
Halo, they do every season. Every season, they have new esports weapon skins. They have their own like designated like all of the top 16, top 8 or top 16 like skins for the actual hero, like the Spartans. And
Mm,
like for instance, FaZe Clan had their red and black like leopard styled camo like skin on the Spartans. Sentinels had their red and white. It was a white Spartan with like red linings everywhere. I think it was Space Station Gaming. They had their like yellow and blacks, and
yeah.
they had all of them, and it's super cool because like you have what is it what's the big one they had 100 Thieves on there. They had oh man, I'm drawing a blank on the green and white team. What is it? Oh man, I can't even. I'm not even gonna try to say. I'm drawing a blank because I'm tired. But yeah, they have all these teams. I just want to see that, and if they can do that for like time exclusive events, like get your favorite esports teams, help the esports scene grow a little bit, give them a little bit of money. That'd be cool. I mean, I would support it. I'd buy all the skins. But yeah, man, this is a really cool thing. I'm really excited to see what the future is. I mean, we're only into like our second-ish month to
Hmm.
second going on to 3 months for rivals now. The
Yeah, and
game's
like in terms of competitive stuff, I think from what I've seen, most of like their streams of people watching and stuff has been doing pretty good. Even before there was like because there were teams, but a lot of them were like the home like kind of homebrewish like teams where it's like they're not like tier one teams or tier two.
right.
But now there's gonna start being so many big names that people are gonna recognize.
Yeah, I'm just excited for it. Esports all around. So, with that being said, we're going to drop right into the basically we're going to make a tier list of what me and Chris decide on what we think, the characters rank in. This is not official, even though it's official, okay? So, but this is not official. We just want to do this because we like doing these types of things. Keeps the kind of we want to give you guys some perspective. We will be talking about a little bit of in depth of all of the characters that we're going through. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right over. So here's our tier list with all the heroes. And like I said, this is essentially where we think things are ranking in. So do you want to start us off with the amazing Adam, Chris? Where do you think Adam's right now in the current meta?
Mm, I think he was like I think before the patch he might have been in like C or somewhere around there. I think now he's either like high B. Nah, yeah, he's just B. He's like B.
You think B?
Definitely. Yeah. I don't think he's like broken, but I don't think he's like because before he felt kind of like really bad. But now he feels a lot better with the buffs, but I don't think it's enough to make him like broken.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, you think he's good?
I think he's A.
I mean, I'm not that against him being A. I think he's better than he was before, but I just don't think he's like super good.
I do like that you can pretty much one-shot combo 250 health heroes now if you hit your
Mhm.
burst into left click. It it is nice to have the revive back because triple support being kind of, it's still usable. It's not as nearly as strong. I think it's actually in a better place now, obviously. Triple support is still it still can happen. And I noticed that the heals are still really good. The only problem with triple heals is that because you don't get your ult as often, you're a little bit more perceptive to dying. Adam Warlock, I think now is in a better spot because he can just complement the other two healers if that's a possibility. And if not,
Mhm.
he's a solid healer all around, like in terms of like not healers, but his utility kit. I think he's strong. I think he's a lot. I think mechanically wise, he's a great hero. If you have mechanics and if you can aim, phenomenal hero. The revive is nice to have again because it was overshadowed. But genuinely, I think he's not broken. I just think he's a solid A right now in the right hands. Um, Not the highest A, but the only problem right now is that Loki, in my opinion, is having a massive skyrocket in value. People are really figuring out how to play Loki more. And I think, honestly, Loki and Adam don't make a good team. So that's kind of why I don't think he's broken. If he could work with Loki and if that could be a good team synergy, I think it'd be better, but that's never really going to happen. But I don't know. I think he's a solid A. Would you give me that?
I think yeah. I mean, I'm not that against it. I think he's just like really high B, but I think like that's fine with A as well.
Okay. Where do you put Black Panther?
Panther, he's like C. He's C tier.
You think C tier?
Yeah, he's not that good this season.
Bro, dude, whenever there's a Black Panther right now and I see one, oh man, they are the killers. You think
Yeah,
C?
I mean, I think, yeah, I think people make him look insane, but right now he's not that good
Yeah,
compared to everything else.
I kind of feel that. I mean, in ranked wise, he's a lot stronger off, but I don't think like in terms of like a real team versus a real team, you're never going to see him really. He's just not super feasible. What do you think about Scarlett Johansson?
Honestly, I think either in C with Panther or like B.
You think B?
Yeah, because
Why?
she was I think just because she's like, I don't know. She's like such a skill check character. Like if you hit every shot, you just dominate. But it like just solely relies on that.
I think we're gonna put her C.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
Do you like the buffs to her though? Like the more ammo. Do you think that was a game changer? It's like a quality of life.
I think I said it before. Yeah, it's just a quality of life. Like if anything, that's just like a little buff to uptime, so you don't have
Right.
to reload and stuff. But they did also nerf her ultimate too with that.
Yeah.
Like the
It's
slow is a lot worse now.
yeah. I don't know. I don't see too many of them that often. I do see that when they are on the map though, they are getting a lot more kills, but I think that's just people I think people are figuring her out a little bit more. I'm still kind of inclined to put her at C because I just don't feel like she's not enough to be in conversations yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I don't think she's like bad, but I think she's not the best, and she's also like one of those characters where the player really makes the character. Like same
Yeah.
with Panther. Like
Yeah.
Panther isn't that great, but the whoever's playing them can turn them into something insane.
Right.
Oh my gosh, look who's next.
Oh man, this guy is gonna go to S.
S?
No, he's an
No,
A.
I'm not gonna lie. I
He's an
think
A.
I think he's like A. He's
Yeah,
decent.
he's a lot better this season. Holy, this dude just keeps getting buffs after buffs after buffs.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, Cap right now, people don't want to admit it, but he's actually really good. He's unactually killable. It's just people don't know how to play this character yet. And here's the thing. A lot of people try to wrap data around him in terms of like they want to pigeonhole Captain America players by like numbers. And I genuinely want to say this. I think you can agree. You don't judge him by the numbers that he provides. You judge him based on what he's actually doing for the team.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, like Captain America is not going to have final hits. He's not going to have damage given.
I mean, it's like Wolverine. Like Wolverine, he could have like a couple final hits, but realistically, if like you just are pulling in a tank every fight, it might not show on like the scoreboard, but you have like insane value.
Right. Like, yeah, exactly. Captain America, it's like, I was just telling this to my friend though. he's like, people go, oh, he doesn't get kills, he doesn't give like damage, he doesn't have damage given, it doesn't have anything like that. And I'm like, dude, that's not what's the important part. It's the fact that he's just able to be behind the enemy lines so often and for so long that your tanks can literally just get free value and just keep walking forward. Like,
Hmm.
the fact that he's able to just do that so well, and now that he can jump and shield and he can do so much, like his ult comes up more, like even better now. It's
Yeah.
just he's just good. Like he is the triple support, but in a tank. Like he's a good hero, and I don't know. I think people need to not worry about the numbers with him, and they need to start like actually. I'm telling you right now, Captain America is so much more prevalent in rank now. It's ridiculous. Cloak and Dagger, you play her.
I'll be honest, she's like B.
You
I
think
think.
B?
Yeah,
I kind of agree.
I think she's like okay, but
Right.
I think the nerfs to her ult, like the stacking thing, did hurt her a lot.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know. She just does feel like a little worse, but like the buffs to the Discord are kind of nice. But I mean, like it doesn't fully make up for like the ult nerf.
right. I have to I do have to say in general, like I think she's still a phenomenal healer,
Hmm.
but realistically, the alt nerfs kind of just and like kind of just downgraded her a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's faster now, and that's cool, but it's just like I find myself like the trail that she leaves now is so much quicker, and you don't really get to sit in it for like a hot hour anymore.
Yeah.
You have to really follow like where the trail is being led to, and she can get
Like
sniped
I
out of
think
it.
before you could be like a lot more. It's not risky, but you could just like fully dive in all the way,
Right.
and like the things would last a lot longer.
And
But
and the
now
fact
you have to really like if you don't follow like if you don't go backwards with like the last two trails, or at least come back to your team, that first thing runs out in like a few seconds.
yeah, and that's another thing too with her alt is that she's so much more perceptive to dying now inside of it because it doesn't stack.
Yeah.
So I would agree. She's B. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's bad. It's just B is just, it's I will say this about this entire season. It is
Mhm.
actually so incredibly flavorful of how many different heroes I'm seeing this season. It's not like we're gonna just use this character and we're gonna win, right? Like last season it was
Mhm.
like it kind of got into one of those pigeonholes where it's like, oh, like we're gonna just use triple support and that's just gonna be like crazy, crazy strong, or oh, we're gonna use this specific tank. Right now, I'm seeing so much more variety that you don't almost know what you're gonna fight in every match. You can be running up against dive, you can be running up against brawl, you can be running up against double shield. Like it's completely a makeshift, and I think it's in a very healthy state.
Yeah.
So, Doctor Strange,
Mm, he's like S.
S tier. He's going back from A to S in my opinion. Because last season, although Strange is a good tank, I thought last season was really hard to play him because of triple support. Triple support kind of nerfed his ult. Like it put his ult to like a hole.
Yeah.
He couldn't use his ult because it was just so the other triple support would heal out of it. I don't know. But now that we don't have that, I think he's a lot stronger again.
Yeah, I
I,
think I don't know. He's one of those characters where he's just so hard to make
bad.
like bad because his kit is so insane like from the
It's
get-go that it's
it,
like
he got a
no, if you nerf
50
one thing, he still has so much stuff that makes him really good.
he got a 50 health nerf and he's still pretty strong.
Yeah, because like at the top level, that definitely hits. Like you'll notice when you're like you'll die in moments where you wouldn't before.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
All
It's
right.
just he's so hard to make him bad.
I
Oh
do
my
I
gosh.
I do like that the team up though isn't as like strong anymore because of the Iron Man nerfs. But
Yeah.
yeah. So next on the list.
Your favorite.
Oh man, I'm gonna be dead ass. I'm putting him at S tier now.
S? No, he's not S.
He's S. And hear me out. This right now, and I've talked about this with a couple people. He is considerably the best brawl tank in the game. And his buffs, do you know what they did to him?
Yeah, the walls.
Yeah. They went from 15 to 18 meters. The range on them now, people actually like can't run away.
That's pretty funny.
He can
The
actually
range does feel absurd now. It's kind of
It's
like
ridiculously great. I love it. No, genuinely though, I'm putting him at S tier right now because of a couple things. Okay, one, obviously the dive right now is becoming a little bit more stronger, but he is good at everything that you want him to be in. He gets his ult in 2800 energy. That is ridiculous. Like, that is so incredibly good. 2800 energy for a tank to get a ult that lasts 0.5 longer than Strange is ridiculous. You don't have to worry about a lot of things with it either because it's a projectile. It's pretty much
yeah.
the same thing as Strange's ult, but in my honest opinion, it comes up sooner and it's better. He has combo potential with so many ults. He has line of sight cutoffs. He can hit pretty much anyone from any range that he wants. I mean, he's not every range, but he's just strong right now. He's really, really, really strong. I've been actually getting a lot of people banning him in my matches because they don't want to deal with it. I mean, he just beats a lot of things right now. He beats flyers. He beats, he's really good at just face to face tanks. And on top of that, he hard counters the new hero Thing.
Does he?
He does. Thing has hard time getting back because Thing is so grounded. I mean, you can still use the team up leap with Thing to get over the walls, but you have to use that resource to get out. And the thing is that, okay, I just said that. Groot is really good against the Thing right now because he's able to just completely wall him off. Like, he's just strong in that aspect. Like, he's good. I really think he's an S. And I don't know. I mean, why don't you think he would be S?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like Groot is just. I think he's like maybe like A or something. Because when I think of like S tier, that's like ones that like characters I'd ban.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think I don't. I think most of the time I probably won't ban Groot.
Okay.
But I do think he's good. He's definitely the wall buffs are definitely insane.
Dude, the wall buffs, I'm telling you, it's kind of
Like I immediately went to the practice range and was like, this isn't real.
yeah,
I was like,
it's
that's so far.
that distance is insane because not only can people not run away from you now, but you're actually able to just put them in the face of a support. It's kind of dumb.
It's crazy.
But yeah. Okay, so Hawkeye. I don't even want to talk about this too often. Can we just put him at B?
Hawkeye.
C?
I think he. I don't know why does Hawkeye just. Yeah, he's like C.
I'll put him C, and I'm okay with that. Hella.
Hella S.
S tier. She's back on top. Holy, is she
Yeah,
good?
she's got to be. No way, she's not S.
Yeah, she's really good right now. She got buffed, and holy, is it noticeable? 80 damage to the like. What were they thinking?
Who knows?
I don't know. Okay,
Who
I'm
knows
just
what
gonna
they're
go.
trying to cook up.
Hella's back. She's a lot better now too because she's just anytime that lesser the supports, the better. She's just really strong, and she's starting to get banned a lot more in the matches again. All right, Hulk. Do you still think he's S?
No, I think he's A.
I have to agree. The team up isn't as strong anymore. He is a good tank. He's still really hard to play. But I think now it's starting to feel because you aren't seeing as much Iron Man with him. I feel like the Hulk, it needs to be complemented now. Like he can't really do his thing. He needs support with him. So I would say yeah, he's probably a strong A. All right, this is your boy, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Hmm. Okay, because you know what's weird? The changes they did to him make him like better in like couple scenarios, but now he's like a lot worse in what he used to be good at. Like you can't just take your ones with like squishies anymore. It's not smart.
Okay.
I'm trying to think because before I think maybe he was around like B, like C area. He really wasn't that good. I think he still just might be in B.
You think so?
Yeah, because
Gerard,
now he's kind of just like a
I see him.
semi like tank buster, but
I see
I don't
him
know.
everywhere now, and it's
I
so
think they're still
frustrating.
figuring out what they want to do with his character design.
I don't want a character like this to exist in this game.
Yeah,
All
Iron
right.
Man. I think okay. I think Iron Man is bad.
You think he's bad?
Yes.
B or C or D?
I don't know if he's like D level. I think he's like C.
Dang, he went from S to C. He feels better because his natural capabilities got buffed, right?
Hmm.
But it's like you still don't really want to use him because it's like, what's the point? I do see some people whip him out still, like they have faith in it, and he's not the worst thing in the world, but
Yeah, you could definitely make him work, but I just like
he's just
I
not
don't
what he
know.
once was.
I don't know why. Even when people are playing him like really good, they're like playing their like space and like their corners right. They're just so easy to kill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like I don't know what happened to him. He just feels like he lost so much pressure.
He lost his identity.
I don't
He
know.
was
He definitely
literally
just
a
feels
flying
worse.
glass cannon. All right, so we have Jeff now, Mr. Jeffy himself.
What do you think about Jeff?
I think he's pretty bad.
I think he's pretty terrible. I
But
don't.
he's still like so like I will say I think he's better than he was. I think people have really learned to figure him out. Like people are backlining with him now. People have really learned to survive with him now. He's really freaking annoying. I will
Yeah,
say
he's
that
definitely annoying.
people have gotten better at people have gotten a lot better now at using his ult, and
Hmm.
they're using it in ways that like where I thought he was going to be used for. Like he's actually they're using it now to save like the team. They're using it now to like gobble up like anytime you see an invisible woman on the map or whatever and they all he just like completely takes them off the map. It's like, okay, you know what? This is kind of a nice he is like a counter to supports. It's kind of interesting how that like works out. It's a support that like counters supports. I don't know. He's an interesting little guy, but
I
I
think he's. I think he might be like another C, to be honest.
I agree with this. I
Because you know
think
what? Because
I do
you
think
know
people
where
are
I
getting
think
better with
Jeff
him though.
really thrives.
What?
I think people are getting better with him. I think he's like really good for like taking attention from the team and like flanking and like doing a bunch of damage to the back line. But if their team just like ignores the Jeff, he's like useless.
Yeah, it's funny. I like the mindset of this game in the sense that you can literally you can literally everyone's like almost unkillable at some point. Like everyone's almost unkillable. And it doesn't seem bad. Everybody seems overtuned in that sense. Like Jeff just sometimes doesn't feel like he's killable.
Yeah, that's the thing about Jeff is if it's a 1v1, sometimes he might just like get out because he just has bubbles and you just can't kill through it.
He's so squirmish. And like I'm like, I don't even want to deal with this. And like the fact that he's able to exist on his own like that is so cool. I love that about this game. All right.
Yeah, I feel like it's balanced because he's kind of the tickle monster. Like he doesn't really do that much damage, so I feel like it's not that bad.
Yeah. God, that name is getting thrown around so often nowadays. All right.
Oh, Loki.
S tier, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think Loki's like I think he's like an insanely good ban as well. Like banning Loki is so high value.
I feel like it's just an inevitable that he will be the best strategist at some point. Like I think that he's in that spot now.
I think he's close.
Yeah. It's just a little bit more time, a little bit better. Like there's going to be like a meta of like people are going to start to truly figure out where the best statues, where to place them and all that other stuff. Remember like Symmetra?
Hmm.
Like, oh, these are like the best spots for the turrets and all those things. He's going to have that. Like people are going to start really figuring out and indulging on the maps, like finding like the right corners to get for the nice LOSs and stuff like that. And it's I don't know. He's just like one change away from just being like broken. But he's honestly he's in such a spot right now. Like he's almost in every match. I'm not even yelling at Loki players anymore because it's like I know that they're gonna copy the additional support or whatever we need. He's gonna fill in the void of what you want, especially with things that got banned. It's like he's just really good. I don't know. He's like jumping up every single season. He's just going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah, he's definitely just getting better over time for sure.
All right, where do you think Luna?
Luna S. Just yeah, she's just S.
Yeah, she's kind of the best right now, or she's back on top. If she
Yeah,
ever
it's
was never,
hard.
if she was
It's
ever
it
like dropped, she's back on top.
like Strange. It's just so hard to make her bad.
They nerfed
Like
her. They nerfed her ult, didn't they? Like,
yeah,
they made it like what 300 more points or something, or like more time.
yeah. Every
Which,
like pretty much every support takes longer to get,
and
but
I'm okay with that. But she's still so damn good.
yeah, I think that was a good like baby step into making supports like a little more balanced in terms of like because they still feel a little overtuned, but it feels like way more manageable now.
Yeah. All right, Magic.
Magic,
I think she's A.
I was gonna say I think she's A as well.
Dude, she is so incredibly frustrating to fight.
Yeah, she's pretty
I'm
annoying.
starting to build a hatred for her. I genuinely can't. Although she's telegraphs where she's going. If you have a Bucky, if a Bucky gets banned or like something strong gets banned, she is such a tyrant, dude. She is so incredibly frustrating to fight against. I'm starting to like hate how good people are getting with Magic and how bad I am with Magic. But you think A? You don't think S or anything?
Nah, she's definitely not S, but I think she's like A.
She's so
Safe A.
good. Yeah, I think she's a strong A. Definitely like at the higher portions of it. Mr.
Mag,
Magneto.
I think Mag is A.
You think he's going down?
I think he's just like I don't know. I think he's like Hulk. It's like the nerf to his shield was like it
Unnecessary?
definitely. I think it was necessary because they buffed his damage for it, but I think it's just he. I don't know. He just kind of is like has such a solid spot in what he does. Like I feel like Strange can sort of maybe do a little bit of what Mag does, but it's like the fact that his shield, even if it only lasts for 1.5 seconds now, since it's on like a resource, you can just be so like protective with your team and his bubble as well.
Genuinely, I think
Like
Mag is
he's just so livable.
I think Mag only goes up as a source of a counter. It's not that he's not bad or good. I think he's
Mm.
just one of those heroes that, like, the way he's designed, he's more like a security guard, or like a fail safe. He's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. Like he
yeah,
has just like a solid spot in being like the bodyguard, like the tank who like can just protect everything.
he's a meta bodyguard, in my opinion. Like last season, right? He went from being not a very good tank. I mean, not saying he's not a bad tank. He's just a relevant tank, right? To being like a necessary tank, because Wolverine was like a big deal. Cloak and Dagger was a big deal. You know, and when these things were like basically like you have to protect them with your bubble, you know, like you have to protect Cloak and Dagger from getting, you know, hit by another Magneto. You have to bubble your Cloak and Dagger. You had to bubble your, you know, players that are getting Wolverined. Like he was there, like he was there to stop Star Lords. He was there to stop so many things, right? He's kind of just a
Mhm.
bodyguard when it comes to meta. And then like when the meta kind of simmers down, he goes down in value. It's not that he's bad or good. It's just more of the fact that he's just in place. I kind of like that. Like, you know that a meta is strong when he is there to help counteract it with his ults and stuff like that. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
mindset of that. Mantis. I'm going to be honest. I'm I'm considering putting her at A, but I'm almost considering putting her at B.
I think she's like I think she's really good with triple res, but I otherwise I don't think she's that great,
Yeah,
really.
you can kill her through her ult now because of the nerfs to how much health she gives. Are
Mhm.
you cool with a B?
Yeah, she's yeah. I kind of wish she was better, to be honest.
Her ult, you know that you don't even need to hit her with headshots with a Punisher ult. You can you can use Punisher ult now and completely tear through Mantis. And not
Mhm.
even you don't even need a boost. You can just tear through her.
Yeah, she's a lot worse. I want her
Yeah.
to be better though. I actually really like playing Mantis.
I enjoyed playing Mantis. She was a lot of fun. All right, Moon Knight. I'm going to be honest, bro. I want to put him at like A or B.
I think he's like B. Like a
I think
solid B.
I think he's still a solid character, and I find myself still using him. But his ult now just
A lot worse.
it doesn't feel good. It's
Because you know
like
what it is? It's like
it's slower.
it's slower, so it means like his ult was already pretty easy to escape from, to be
Right.
honest. Like if you see the giant moon appear above your head, just run away.
Right.
Or like get away. You probably can do it most of the time. Now, if you're on full HP, since the things fall so slow, it's so much easier to escape it.
Yeah, and the thing is, although they hit like a truck, you have to use it as a combo tool now. You can't just freely throw it out and hope for the best.
Like I do think if you get somebody low, like if it's like mid team fight and they're kind of grouped and they're a little bit damaged, that'll probably be like have the same outcome as like the old Moon Knight ult.
Right.
But man, it
He
sometimes just
said
does not feel good to use that ult.
he said, "Man."
Yeah, because I don't know. Before, it like honestly, it feels a lot less satisfying to use, like when it's slower.
Right.
Because before I kind of just liked the sound effect, like just how it sound when they all would just hit the ground. Like not even how good he is as a character, just like in terms of how satisfying he is to play.
Do you want to know something funny? He actually my highest win rate with ranked is with Moon Knight.
Really?
Yeah, and no one knows that I would. So I actually used him in Winter Soldier almost exclusively in ranked last season, like last midseason,
Mhm.
and nobody knows that I was like a Moon Knight main. It was kind
Yeah,
of
I
funny.
started playing him for a little bit of this season, just try him out with the new changes.
Yeah,
And I still think he's pretty fun, but
he's
I
really
definitely am a
good.
fan of the old ult.
He's really good at building ult, and that's as far as it goes. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a give and take. I think he's still really strong. He's really good because of Loki being relevant. and
Yeah.
also Namor being relevant. But other than that, he kind of lacks. Mr. Namor, is it safe to put him at S right now?
Absolutely. That man
Holy
is
moly.
broken.
I'm okay with it too. All right, is that the weird part?
Okay, I don't know if this makes sense. He's so like he's so good, but I feel like there's so many annoying things in the game that if he didn't exist, it would just be like chaos.
Yes, I agree.
Like
He's strong right
I think
now.
that's why so many people ban him because he shuts down so many things. Like
The thing is about him that it's insane is that if you see the enemy team banning him, you almost immediately know they're running dive.
yeah, 100%. You know, they have a
1000
Panther, Magic,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
Venom,
dude.
something along those
Oh my
lines.
god. It's like, oh, they banned Namor. It's like, all right, now we're really in for it. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, this is gonna be a
I
grueling
think his
fight.
spot, you know what I'll say? I think he does feel a little like maybe a little too strong, but at the same time, he's kind of a really important character when it comes to like countering things that need to be countered. Like if there was just no like punishing character for like as strong as Dive is, it would be like pretty bad, I think. Like not too fun.
I always thought it was funny. We used to say that Namor and Penny, characters like them, should never be in the meta because of their like AI turrets.
Cuz okay, yeah. You know what I will say? That's what I mean by that. Like I don't think Namor should be the best character in the game, but I think he should keep his job of like slowing like a panther
Nullifying,
with his turret. Yeah, like I think
nullifying.
he should counter dive, but he doesn't need to be like Thanos to do it.
Right. All right, Penny
Penny,
Parker.
oh, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I
She's.
think I think Penny's like D.
You think she's D?
Absolutely.
It's insane how hard she counters dive,
Mm.
but it's still so like she's just like one change away for being like up in this range.
Yeah,
I
I think she has a lot of like bugs.
Yeah, you don't say.
She has a lot of bugs, you know. I don't know. She's
I
like
I think what they need to do for her is extend the reach of the Penny mine.
yeah, you know who I was watching is as for his name. Oh, Cringe Alarm.
Oh God.
He's like a penny play a penny
Yeah, yeah,
player.
yeah. I know who you're talking
He's
about.
really good. I was watching a video where he was like, or it might have just been his stream where he's like, oh yeah, there's like just so many bugs where even though she feels like not the best character, even just quality of life changes would really make her feel a lot more like playable, which
Well,
I agree with.
it did you know about the change to Spider-Man, right? And the Venom team up?
The movement and invincibility in his team up.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
invincibility. You get like invincibility for 2 seconds now. I started noticing that. And I actually missed that in the patch notes. I didn't see that part. I didn't understand it. And I started experiencing it. I was like, wait, time out. When did he get a Star-Lord ability? Like, I used
Mhm.
to always be able to always shoot him in that thing. Now I can't do it at all. And yeah, I don't know. Kind of an interesting concept. Invincibility for 2 seconds. I feel like you kind of want to use that as like a last resort to save yourself from not dying with her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that is probably what you'd use it with, just as like an escape tool, because you're definitely not going to use that aggressively.
Right. All right, Psylocke. Is
I
it
think
safe?
she's like B or
You think she's
A, B or
B?
A.
I'm kind of inclined to put her at A.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm still kind of like on the fence of an S, but I don't know, like I don't know what it is, but there's something about her right now that's like holding her back. I think it's the Loki clones. Loki clones kind of
Hmm.
hold her back because of the of Loki's shift. Um, Namor's pretty prevalent. He helps out with her. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but Psylocke, she's super strong. I think I heard Gomez saying this because someone was saying, "Do you think they need a buff Psylocke?" I think right now she is actually a perfect character in terms of her design. Like where she's at right now is like kind of perfect. The only one little slight thing that I would change is the height of the range of her ult. That's it. Like I don't it's way too high. Other than that, her kit and everything else is perfect, right? I
Mhm.
think it's all meta dependent. She revolves complete like similar like Magneto. She revolves completely around the meta, and I'm okay with that. Like I don't know exactly. I don't know. I see her picked up a lot, but she's not the worst thing in the world because she doesn't have that much health.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Rocket, S tier. Okay,
Rocket.
cool.
I'll be honest. Uh,
I think he's better
I
than
think he.
Mantis.
I still think he's really good in like triple support. I think solo Rocket isn't always the way to go.
B or C.
I think. Mm,
I've
I
become
think B.
a
I think
I've been
B. I think B.
I've been a slight more believer of this hero late as of late.
Like I think the only reason I wouldn't put him in like C or D is because one, his team up is still pretty viable
Uh huh.
against a lot of things, especially like the thing,
Uh huh.
and he's just so easy to get value on if like like if you're playing him right, he's like the easiest character in the game to play.
Yeah, he's like the default go to.
So it's kind of hard, like in the aspect of like it's so hard to make a mistake that it's so much free value when
Right.
it's like when it works.
Right.
But I think that's pretty much it. He's just kind of you just rock it, just the same. Oh, D tier, D tier.
Anyways, Scarlet Witch kind of is still in a rough spot. Obviously D.
Yeah, I mean
Uh,
the old. I don't know if you saw the old buffs were
cool,
D. Like
cool,
I'll be
but
honest, that one is kind of just like another
quality of life.
quality of life. Like it's not really gonna change most of the time. Like
I,
there'll
I
be some scenarios where maybe you would die, but now you'll live with like 20 HP or 50 HP
I'm gonna be
barely.
dead ass, dude. I'm gonna be dead ass. Just make her how she was in the beta.
Nah, you know what they need. There's two things they could do actually. I thought about this. One, just revert the thing where it's like the how Iron Fist is now. Like take away the percentage based damage and
Please.
just keep it to like a flat number.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. And then the second thing, I think her fade should move faster.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like I don't think like just make it move faster. Don't make it last any longer because making it move faster will already do that.
Yeah.
Just make it move a little quicker or something because the fade is nice and there is two of them. So like if you use them right, you can live. Like I've had games where you're just like unkillable if you manage it right.
Mhm.
But it feels so bad sometimes when you try getting away and like they if it's like a decent player, they know where you're going because there's like just a red orb flying away from them.
Right.
I think maybe if they just make it a little quicker or something like that, it might be nice.
I'm just saying, just revert her damage back like she was in
Yeah,
the
they do
beta.
though. That like those changes.
That would help with Black Panther. That would help with Magic. That would help with Spider Man. That would actually help with Dive. Like I
Yeah, like
remember she
one
was a
of 'em.
good pick. I remember you saying that like she was really good against Dive in the betas,
Yeah, I
and I'd be okay with that.
like I think even now it's annoying if you play it right to fight her as a character like Panther or something. I think Magic even to an extent can like hold her own against Scarlet like pretty easily.
Right.
But I don't know. It's just and the mix of her falling faster was like also hurt her in a way of like fighting against like melee characters because before it felt so nice because you can float above them for so long and they can't touch you like most of the time. Like it'd be harder for them. But I don't know. I kind of wish they would do some Iron Fist type like slight mini rework to her and
Just
maybe just
revert her.
trying to give her a different purpose or just revert it because I think before it's even better than what it was now.
Right.
So I hope they do that.
Mr. Spider Man. A tier?
I think he's like I think he's like A or B. He's pretty decent right now.
Yeah, I see him a lot more often. I think the nice little buffs to his web blasters are pretty cool. I'd say he's A, maybe. I'd say yeah,
Actually, you
maybe
know what? I
B.
think he's B. I think he's B.
I'm cool with that. I think he's strong. I think he has the
Mhm.
potential of being A. He's still easy to shut down, still frustrating to fight against, but I think he's in a good spot, but he's not
Mhm.
broken.
Yeah.
So, Squirrel Girl. I'm not gonna lie. I also think she's B
I
tier.
think yeah, definitely. I think she's
I've been
B.
seeing her so much more often now. She's like really frustrating to fight against. She can really make you feel like you can't like poke out if she's like just Hail Marying around corners.
Yeah.
If like you get just touched, you're like, oh, I exploded. All right. Star Lordy, easily S tier right now. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Ah, man, my
He,
boy is back on top.
he's so good.
Yep. I'm happy I invested into learning him because he's literally my best hero.
Yeah.
Dude, he's strong now. I
He
mean,
is really good right now.
well, now that triple support's gone, he's good. When
I mean,
you
even just the boost to like his thrusters too.
oh, dude, it's the biggest quality of life. Like the fact that you can stay in like the fight longer now by boost canceling and just being able to stay in the air. It's a good time, dude. It's a good time. I love his
Yeah.
change. They gave him a 20% increase on gas capacity, bro. He went from 1200 or it went from 1200 to 1800 on his gas. Hell yeah.
That's a really nice quality of life.
Yeah.
Storm, I think she's like A
Oh
or S.
no, she's S still. She's still so good. She's still getting banned.
I like
She's
that they balanced it. I wouldn't say balance, but I like that they changed her thing to be more team based. Nice.
yeah. I am gonna be honest. I didn't even. It doesn't even. I don't notice it.
Nah, she's still broken, but it's like I like her being able to give a little more power to the team instead of just having it so she's just broken alone.
Right. You know, I've been starting to see more goats meta again. Triple tank. Have you seen that?
Hmm.
There's
Yeah.
a lot more triple tank running around with just her, and then like or just one DPS. She's a really good. And then you just run two support. We did that earlier today, and I was telling you about that. I was playing Invisible Woman, and my buddy Mocha was on Storm, and then we just had 3 tanks. We had like 2 dive tanks, and we played like pretty much goat comp with Invisible Woman and Cloak and Dagger, and it was kind of a dream team.
Yeah. He he's kind of insane.
All
Oh,
right,
Punisher. Where do you think he's at?
I don't know. I kind of think
He
he's
doesn't
C.
he doesn't feel that like I don't okay. I think he really is good against the thing. I don't know
I think
I don't
he's
know if I want to
phenomenal
put him
against
in
the
B.
thing.
I
He's
don't know
good
if I want
against
to
the
put him in
thing.
B just for that though.
He's good against the thing, and he's good against Groots. He's good against Namor.
And
He's
Venom.
and
Venom
Venom.
dives D.
Yeah, but the problem though is that what other use is he really bringing? He doesn't have his team up half the time. I don't know, but he's in a weird spot because like Star Lord just does what he wants to do, but better.
I honestly I think B.
B, I think that's an okay pick.
I think
I,
he's like
I'm
middle of the
kind.
pack, like
I
decent.
I think he's better than Iron Man,
He's definitely better than Iron Man.
but is he better than Squirrel Girl?
Nah, he's just in B.
He's in B.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm kind of inclined to put him at C.
You think so?
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I think he's B. I think he's B.
All right, we'll keep him at B. Mr. Thor himself.
Yeah.
A
I
tier?
was just say. I think A. I agree with that.
He's a strong A though, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I don't even know. I wouldn't even say he's a sleeper pick anymore. He's just good.
He's just great. He's got good brawl. He's like the best face to face I think tank, honestly. I mean,
Mhm.
he beats all the he not the best brawl, but like He can pretty much shut down a Groot. He can shut down a Strange. He can shut down a Magneto, in his own ways. Um, he's just good. I think his only problem though is that he lacks the defense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
His new
You have
changes
to really
though.
play your life with him. I
Yeah.
feel sometimes.
He does feel though with his new change to his F ability, his his Super Saiyan mode, it
Mhm.
does feel way better though. Like he feels like he kind of feels like what Magneto had with the swords. He really feels like that now. Like
Yeah.
back or pre-alpha Magneto swords. That's what he feels like with his F abilities. You're able to just really tear through someone's health without them before they can blink. All right, Venom. I'm
I
gonna be
think
honest.
I think uh
B.
I think A or B actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think A. I think
I'm fine with that too. You know why? His
he's
buffs I think actually really helped him out.
and it wasn't even much. It was just his his alt.
Yeah.
I mean that's helpful because technically it's like another way of you want to use it to like not necessarily kill but to keep him alive. I don't know. I've been
Mhm.
seeing so much more Venom and so much more. I
Yeah.
think the reason why is because Mantis isn't strong. So because Mantis isn't strong, Venom kind of has a little bit better survivability in those support fights.
Yeah. I
Is that
agree.
you know what I'm saying? Because like
Mhm.
she's not as prevalent. She's not as strong, and when she's not there, he's like like I all I had to worry about is pretty much
Like I
a
also think
Luna.
that there's a lot of things you can do with Venom that people only really started doing recently.
Is the climbing the walls?
Mm. It's if both teams are in a Luna ult, right?
Oh yeah. And damage boost.
If you damage boost Venom's ult while he has like the grasp ability and
You
you
can
do the combo
one
with damage boost, you
yeah.
can one shot the entire team.
Yeah. You know NTMR was doing that way before anyone
Yeah,
else. Yeah,
yeah.
they were like
And that's what I'm
really
saying. People are starting to do it more often now.
yeah.
Like there's a
I like
couple
that.
Venom players like White Andrew. That guy's been doing it since like forever.
Yeah.
But he's like a huge Venom player. I think people are just like kind of just getting put onto like the Venom tech now and
Right.
realizing that he has a lot of stuff you can do with them.
It's like 400 damage with that bite.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's a lot.
Yeah, if you do it right, even without any damage boost, you can one shot uh any support.
Right. Um, Winter Soldier,
Oh, S tier.
without a doubt, an S tier
No
hero.
shot. He's so broken.
I want to say this right now. I genuinely think he's better than Hela at the moment.
I do too. He's
He
so
is
good.
literally Hela with a better kit.
You know what I honestly think?
I
He's a pick or ban. Like either you pick him because someone on your team like knows how to play him,
That's
or
your boy right
you
here,
ban him,
your boy right
because
here.
that guy is so broken.
You're talking to a Lord Winter Soldier, all right? Well deserved
Oh,
Winter
okay.
Soldier Lord, all right? You know what I'm saying? No, dude, I told you last season before it ended, I said Winter Soldier is going up in value next season. And the reason it was triple support's gone. He's not getting nerfed. He was staying exactly the same way. And holy moly, now that Loki's more prevalent too, instant value. Loki's more relevant. He gets buffed. He goes through tanks. He goes through everything. He hits like a truck. He's a tank buster. He is the
Mhm.
1v1 artist, dude. You don't want to be in front of him. You don't want to be in front of him. He's a scary dude. And for that, I'm happy because I love my Winter Soldier. All
Yeah,
right.
he is insane.
Are we still
Wolverine,
putting him at S?
I think. Mm, I
He's
you
the
know what? I'd keep him at S only because he's
banned.
still such a high value ban.
He is like the first ban.
Yeah,
All right. So this next part, I'm not even going to talk about too much on the Wolverine because it's pretty he just
it's
hasn't
pretty
changed.
clear.
It's
Yeah,
very
he's exactly the same.
cut and dry. It's pretty straightforward. Mr. Fantastic with the nerfs, I'm going to be honest, I'm starting to feel like he's a D.
You think so?
He's either D or C. I mean, when do you
I
really want
honestly,
him?
I'd like to put him in. I think I'd like to put him in C.
Yeah. I've seen some people pop off with him, and they really, like, I don't mind
Because like
him
if
on
you
my
look at
team.
all of C, those are very niche heroes.
Right.
So I think like it's fine that that's like C. I would say is niche. Like you're not gonna just have that as like your average teammates picking all these characters, but
Yeah.
I think they're not terrible. It's just a lot harder to get value on than others, like for sure.
Right. Invisible Woman.
A or S.
I'm
A
putting
or
her at
S.
S. She's so fucking good right now. So good. Man, we're putting a lot of there's a lot of good strong S tiers now. I mean, these are pretty up there.
Yeah,
I
because like I think all those characters in S, except maybe for a few, I wouldn't like necessarily ban them.
right.
Like some I don't think are worth banning, but it's like those are like without a doubt like such a safe pick for like DPS, supports, tanks. Like you just such high value characters.
And you know what's funny though is even though there's so much more S tier for us right now because we never really had this many S tiers in a category versus the others.
Hmm.
This is what I was saying earlier. The meta, it feels like there's so much flavor in it, and that's the cool part. Like everyone seems really good, and I'm okay with people being all over tuned versus things being way under tuned.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, everyone's still fun to play. You can play any hero here, for the most part. Anything from A to B, you can pretty much play and not have to worry about something occurring. Like you don't need to really like maybe except for a couple like maybe like a Spider-Man or like the occasional Adam Warlock, or like a Mantis. There are certain things here in general that are like, still pretty good. I mean, Cloak and Dagger still a really good healer, but it's just, I like how much flavor there is in this current season. Like,
Yeah,
it's nice. I think that's great. Like we're not just
definitely way more variety than like last season.
and it's crazy because it's like, you know, I'm okay with that. Like we're not just sticking to like, oh, we're all just gonna play the same heroes.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna be dead ass honest. He is D. He's not good. He's
I'll be
useless.
honest. I think that he's either C or D, nowhere higher.
Yeah, he's just useless.
Like I don't actually think he's useless. I think one, he is kind of a skill check. I think like you definitely need to know how to use his kit correctly to get any value.
Right.
But also his primary is just so terrible. Like
It's
actually terrible.
for a flyer, him having a shotgun style is like kind of
Like
counterproductive.
unless you're like so close to them, maybe it's like decent how much damage it can do. But I think the issue with it is how the spread is like not the same every time.
Right.
Because that's what makes like even though Psylocke is like supposedly supposed to be like a shotgunny type character, you can still snipe people with her
Right.
if they're like low. Because she has a consistent like triangle shot every time that's the same.
Right.
But his are so like his primary does not feel good. It
I
feels
don't know.
very bad, like super bad.
You can avoid his like his connecting like flame era, like his flame shots. Like you can, I don't know. He just seems like you can swat him out of the sky. Like he's just more of like a gnat. Like you don't want to, like, yeah, get on my face. I don't know. He just doesn't seem. I don't.
He
I'm
definitely doesn't
scared.
feel very, very good, like good yet.
I'm scared because fire heroes, from what my friend says, are always the hardest things to balance in video games. Like
Yeah.
there's like burn and all these other things
Because you
like
know why? It's the damage over time. Like you don't want to.
overtune it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, it's that thing that we are getting to, at the end of the podcast. Mr. Thing himself.
I think he's A.
You think he's A?
Yeah, I think so.
No, this
Like
boy's
really high
S
A.
tier. He's S tier.
I think he's like top of A or S. I think he's very good.
Yeah, I'll put him at A safely. I don't want to say he's busted yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's like super busted, but he's definitely not like nowhere near a throw pick. Like that's a solid choice if you play him right. Like if you play him how he's supposed to be.
Dude, the non CC is like it's so scary to think that you can't push him or he adds like an element to the game that is just so interruptive, but it's like it's weird. You don't notice it until it's like it existing, you don't notice it. And then when it's gone, you're
Yeah,
like,
I
"Oh,
also
now I
think it's
notice
just
it."
such a funny like passive to give a character.
I think it's cool. I like it.
They're just immune to CC.
That's
That's cool.
cool.
I think it's good.
I like it, and I like his little leap. I think he's a strong character. I can't wait to see what more people are going to be doing. Like, I still think that he's still kind of underdeveloped. Like, kind of like similar how when Wolverine came out or the Hulk came out, people thought, oh, these characters are bad. Like they're bad, they're bad, they're bad. And then they didn't even get touched, and then they were like, oh, this character's busted. I want to see like how far people are going to push with him.
Mm-hmm.
So. Alrighty, Mr. Chris. Well, I think that that wraps up the podcast. I mean, do you want to add anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I am happy to see so much variety. Though.
Hey, same. I think that the variety is healthy. I genuinely don't. I think the only thing that we have for sure right now that seems somewhat kind of stable, and I'll say this with a little bit of like grace or like just kind of like I won't say it's like for sure, but I have been seeing triple tank. Triple tanking is a little bit more. I think it's just something that I've been noticing more of.
A little bit more viable.
Yeah, it's a little bit more viable. Triple tanking is kind of cool. Right now, it's the in thing, as the cool young kids are saying. But I don't know. Triple tank, I think people are experimenting. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've been seeing it happen, and it's been winning more. So that's been kind of cool. I played with one earlier today, and it felt strong. Like they went triple DPS, and we went triple tank, and we dominated. So I will say that that's probably the only thing that I'm seeing right now that's probably strong. But only time will tell in the next couple of weeks as things go further in. So with that being said, Mr. Chris, I think that wraps it up, man. This was a fun one. Next week we'll have some more awesome things to talk about. And also one more thing. I'm gonna do a quick little self promo. I officially have my brand new series coming out this week. It is a one tip for every hero using specific heroes. I'm going to be doing a bunch of these. I've got a couple of collaborations with some top level players to collaborate with, and I'm really excited to do that one, so be on the lookout for that. The first one I'm doing is going to be the Punisher. That should be getting released in a couple of days. I've been working really hard on this, so I even hired a professional editor. So that should be fun. But, Chris, do you want to say anything else before we leave?
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, you guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Chris. His details are below in the description. And tell us, what is your favorite parts and what parts?
Yeah, let us know what you think. Even if you're Bronze 3, don't really know what's happening, but just it's still interesting to just know what people think about like what's happening.
Go ahead and crucify us in the comments below. Let us know where.
Yeah, because everyone's experience of what they play and what they play against is going to be different. So it's always fun to hear what people think is good and bad.
Tell us how mad you are in the comments below to why we put certain heroes in certain sections. I can't wait. But with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.